If H2O is water, what is H2O for?
What is it?
Drinking.
Hungry Squared, bringing you the best food talk anywhere.
Welcome to the Hungry Squared podcast where the brain and belly meet. I'm Sharon from the Wasatch Cooking Guide.
And I'm Winter from theredparty.com. This week, we are looking back into the past of 2017 and looking forward to 2018.
The future.
And what food trends and things we'd like to show up and other things that we'd like to die off.
Totally. The future is now.
Yes, exactly. So let's talk about it. Sharon.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're so glad you're here.
I'm glad too. It's been a very long time.
It has been. We did take a week off last week for Christmas and it just got busy. So sorry guys about that. If you were needing something for your earballs, we didn't provide that.
Well, but you should go back and maybe listen to some past episodes.
I just want to point out that I did go listen to our Christmas traditional foods one like a year ago.
Yeah.
That one's hilarious.
That's good.
Because we talked about fruitcake. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, my family had a nice fruitcake conversation over the holiday.
You did?
Yes, we did.
Okay, well, we're glad you're back. In the time that you were gone, did you eat anything good, bad?
I'll tell you, I ate all the things.
All of the things. I mean, it's kind of expected, right?
It's the end of the year. There's a lot of holiday parties.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of things.
And lots of neighbor gifts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite thing maybe that I ate was smoked pork shoulder.
Ooh.
That we had on Christmas Day.
You had it on Christmas Day?
Yeah, we smoked it. We, meaning Ike, smoked it Christmas Eve because I wanted to be sure it would be done for Christmas dinner.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And it took like 20 hours.
Oh, so he just...
Or maybe 18. It took a long
Christmas
time.
Eve?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he just started it and just went into the night?
Yeah. This year I didn't want to do the frenzied present wrapping on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So we had wrapped all the presents previously and then hid them in our closet, which isn't like really hiding them.
I know. I was like, that's not the most ingenious place to put presents.
But the kids are kind of slow on the uptake when it comes to that. Not that they're slow, because they aren't. But like, it doesn't occur to them
to go
which is
start
wonderful.
Searching for them. Okay.
Yeah. Like me, no. When I was that age,
definitely not
knew
Lee.
everything that I would be getting for Christmas.
Lee was that way too.
But not these kids. We basically had to beg them to open their presents on Christmas morning because they were so tired. It's great. But we hid the presents and then I was like, well, why are we staying up again? Oh yeah, this pork shoulder. So then we carefully arranged we took our time with arranging the presents under the tree. Usually we just kind of throw them under there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we took a little bit more time and then we just kind of hung out.
Oh, well, that's
as
cool.
we waited for this pork shoulder to finish.
No, that's awesome. And it was delicious.
It was.
What kind of rub did you do?
Ike made his own.
Mm-hmm.
He based it on a recipe in a book. Let's see. We'll put a link to it in the show notes.
Okay.
I don't remember the title.
Okay.
But we will put a link to it in the show notes and you can look that up.
Sweet.
There's lots of really good barbecue recipes in this particular book.
Oh, that's awesome. And I'm assuming that was on the Big Green Egg.
It sure was.
Man,
in the snow.
In the snow. See? And we did get snow on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Quite a bit of it, I would say.
So we live in, you guys probably got quite a bit
because of the lake.
You still have a bunch up here.
Mm-hmm.
Where we live in like the bottom of the valley.
Mm-hmm.
So we, I think, get a lot less snow than everybody else does.
Yeah.
Maybe
you are
because
situated
it's slightly warmer. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But we still did get snow. It just wasn't a ton, but we did get some. And
sweet.
It ended up being okay with the egg.
Oh, yeah. The egg's reliable, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's super awesome.
What did you eat this week?
Well, like you, I ate a lot of the things. All of the things. We really just got people are so generous and we couldn't get our act together to do neighbor gifts or anything like that for Christmas. And so, but I think Lee and I recorded an episode and that episode came out on our anniversary. And that evening on our anniversary, we actually went to a restaurant that we have gone to before. Well, sort of. the same owners of this restaurant called Faustina's, they in Salt Lake City, they redid their restaurant about a year and a half ago, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So they shut it down and they expanded it, made it super beautiful and modern. It's beautiful. Like if you ever get a chance to go there, and it's Italian food.
And they renamed it, didn't they?
They did. So they renamed it to Stanza, and it's Italian food. And we basically ordered as if we were in Italy, because in Italy,
nice.
They have like, you're expected to order an appetizer and then a salad or, another dish. And then you're supposed to order kind of a pasta dish, and then you're supposed to order your main entree.
Oh, nice.
And then basically your dessert. So that's like 5, if you think about it, that's 5 courses. So we ordered that, so we shared everything except for our main entree, and everything was amazing. It was so good. So I want to point out 2 things: that they had this lobster pasta dish that was amazing. You guys, homemade pasta, the lobster was on point. It was super creamy. The waiter did mention that it was lighter fare, that particular pasta dish, but I did not think it was light at all. It was very rich, delicious.
Was it a stuffed pasta, like a ravioli, or lobster was just on top?
It was lobster fettuccine.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, it was so good. So that was beautiful and excellent. The thing that was the winner of the entire meal, though, was the duck breast dish that I got for my entree.
Yum!
Because I love duck in general.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up on it, so I'm like, yay! Lee got the Wagyu beef steak.
How was that?
And I'm going to say that I was a little disappointed with the Wagyu beef. And Lee said the same thing too.
Oh no, why?
Because, if Wagyu beef is a specific type of beef that is raised in Japan, it's supposed to be...
I thought that was Kobe and Wagyu was in the U.S. And that was the difference.
I can't remember. Maybe it's
modeled after that though.
Yeah. So Wagyu is very marbled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to be very rich and tender. But we've had Wagyu beef a couple of times, and we've always just concluded that we'd prefer a ribeye. I know that sounds really, Sharon's looking at me like, are you kidding me? And we paid kind of a lot for this
Sure.
dish. The thing that was kind of a little surprising about this dish actually was that it had potatoes, and then they had this giant onion ring that was kind of breaded like a fried chicken almost. It was super heavily, it was like biscuited almost, not breaded. It was biscuited on the outside and fried.
Interesting.
And it just seemed very clunky for the steak that was on there.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. No, it does.
However, the duck breast, oh my gosh, it was delicate. The meat was so tender. And then the outside skin was like they fried it. I don't know.
It was crispy.
It was crispy on the outside, and just this very soft, tender duck breast. And it was in this blackberry sauce that was a little on the boozy side, which I was like, oh, this is a little boozy, but it was very good when you mixed it together with the duck breast, and it was excellent. I think I would highly recommend Stanza. It's a little on the pricier side, but that was because we were celebrating an anniversary there, so we were.
So you got all the things.
Yeah, we got all the things. We had to eat all the things. So Stanza in Salt Lake City, if you ever get a chance.
And now for the main course.
Okay, let's get down to our first topic at hand, and that is food trends.
Food trends that need to die.
Yeah, we're going to start with the 2017 and move to 2018.
Okay.
So top 3 food trends in 2017 that need to die.
In your book or in my book?
In your book.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. And this is just going to be rapid fire. Avocado toast. I know, Sharon, I love avocado toast. I make avocado toast.
I do too.
But everybody it's
played out.
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Stop it. Okay, that's my first thing. Second thing, food videos. Okay, so I spend a fair
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
No. So I there's a little asterisk to the food videos, because the tasty style videos, fine, you can kind of quickly see what they're doing and get an idea like, oh, I can do that. I think that's kind of what it's supposed to be there for, right? I can do that. I want to make that. I get inspired to do that in 30 seconds or less.
Right.
But I am starting to see, it seems like a trend of more people being in the video.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Having themselves be in the video and being okay with being a part of that little 30-second or 2-minute video of whatever they're making.
Nope. I'm fine with your alien hand.
Yeah, no, Sharon, I am not fine with the alien hand.
I am, because like I don't want like a commentary.
You don't want a commentary on that? Okay.
On your shepherd's pie? No. Like okay, I'll just say mine. I'll say mine.
Okay. So I'm just a little, I feel like maybe my feeds are inundated with food videos, which is fine, but I'm a little done with them for a minute, at least.
Okay.
The last thing, anything unicorn.
Oh, amen to that.
It's like everywhere, like the unicorn Starbucks drink, the unicorn desserts that are out there. So yeah. What is a unicorn even supposed to taste like? I mean, come on.
I don't know. Magic and
sparkles.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
Rainbows.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you've ever watched that Squatty Potty video, advertisements.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like ice cream, right? Okay. Your top 3 2017 food trends that need to die.
Designer cupcakes.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about flavor. I'm fine with cupcakes, and I'm fine with unique flavors for cupcakes. Give me your root beer icing. Like, that's totally fine.
Yum.
I am tired of the elaborate designs to make a stupid cupcake, because they're really small and children are just going to gobble them up. And so I don't know why you're sticking all of these weird things on the top of the cupcake, you know, making it look like Christmas lights, or making it just magic and there's a whole house and a campfire on top. Like, I don't know.
Dude, where are you? What circles are you running in that you see
it's
these?
my feed.
Oh, okay.
It's my social feeds. Like, people are just really elaborate, and they've been elaborate on these cupcakes, I feel, for way too long.
Oh, they've been, cupcakes have been super trendy for a long time, and
they
they've
have
pittered
been
out, I'd
for
say,
years. Yeah.
a little bit.
But I feel like I've seen an uptick in 2017 of like, let's make the cupcake new and we're going to stick all of this crap on top.
That stuff gets thrown away most of the time.
Yeah, or it's hard to eat.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just time consuming, and it's only a cupcake.
Yeah.
I mean, those things are only good for a couple bites anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
Silly.
Okay.
Pumpkin pie spice.
Pumpkin pie spice, not...
I think I probably said this last year.
Yeah.
I'm still tired of it.
And it's still
tired of it.
It's still here, you guys.
Let's think of a different fall flavor.
Okay.
Let's have it more ginger based. Let's see a little bit more cinnamon stuff going on. I don't know. But do we have to label it pumpkin pie spice everything?
Yes. Because it's trendy and people are riding that wave because people will buy it.
When it trickles down to like breakfast cereal, I think it's gone too far. And my third one is also videos. Food videos. We didn't even talk about this before we started recording.
Seriously did not. Okay, let's hear your take on the food video.
I am tired of slow food videos.
Oh, okay.
And I am looking at you, Food Network and Cooking Channel. Now, I understand that they are trying to market to the masses.
And an older population, actually.
Sure.
I think Food Network is.
Yeah, for sure. But when I see bloggers out there that have better food videos than the Food Network, you've got some problems.
Yeah.
You've got some major problems when I see just these bloggers that, you know, have great blogs and stuff like that.
They do.
Some of them have hundreds of thousands of followers, but
Millions
some of them don't
sometimes.
have that many.
Yeah.
But they still have videos that are on point.
Yeah, because
And I'm not saying that it's easy to make an on point video. It is not. It's a lot of work. However, I feel like the Food Network and other major food channels, like social media channels like that, can afford to hire out better quality, better produced videos.
Well, and I think I would agree with you on that, because the thing that I like about tasty style videos, and when I say tasty style videos, those are seriously 30-second videos that tell you how to make an entire dish.
And there's no dead space. Like,
not
they're
at all.
constantly doing something,
And they're fast forwarding,
edited to constantly move.
Yeah. And then you look on the other hand is the Food Network videos, which are cooking videos or something kind of similar where they're trying to basically mimic a tasty style video, but
it doesn't come off as well. And I see a lot more narration and a lot more people's faces. Like, I don't need to know personally who the chef is. I don't need your personality coming out in it in that way. I think your personality can come through your video and the way that your video is styled versus you giving an intro to the video.
Well, I do so for example, this morning I quickly saw Pioneer Woman. She was doing her iced coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I stopped because you're right. She styled it, but she also produced it in such a way, whoever was the producer or her editor basically sped up the parts that you didn't need to watch. Really. They were kind of the mundane parts of it, sped it up. And it was really it was quick and easy, I think.
Yep.
So I agree. Videos, we're walking a fine line right now, people.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see more videos in 2018. I mean, that's not going to go away.
No, it's not.
I just think that the way that they are edited and produced can be a lot better than they currently are.
Well, and there's a whole YouTube. So Facebook, we're talking about probably Facebook videos. It's because those ones are built for the quick audience, which only has 30 seconds to view something. I mean, that's the attention span.
Instagram, yeah.
On Instagram, exactly. Now with YouTube, for example, there are some excellent food people that are doing awesome things, which they're the hosts of their show.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that because we're talking totally different video.
Yeah,
like
genre
the YouTube
almost.
tutorial is like a different genre of video than what I'm talking about in my social media feeds. I'm just kind of scrolling through, but I've seen a lot of great YouTube tutorials.
Awesome.
Ashley Marie does great work. You know, she talks to you. She talks you through the whole process and stuff like that.
And she makes an entire
cake.
And
you do see her face. And I think that is fine.
Yeah. And Lee watches this channel called Binging with Babish. And he makes food based on movies and pop culture and stuff. And it's fun to watch him. And you never see his face. You only see basically from his chin down. And that's it. And it's pretty fun, actually. So yeah, food videos. It's a tricky. We'll have to kind of revisit. We'll have to revisit this next year. Okay, now Sharon, let's talk about food trends that you've maybe seen coming down the line that you're excited about, or maybe not excited about. I don't know. Let's maybe go back and forth. One of the food trends I'm pretty excited about is this kind of whole movement with Amazon purchasing Whole Foods.
Oh man, that has put a lot of people into a tailspin about that. Like a lot of other companies, like in the food world. Yeah. It's worried a lot of people.
Because Amazon is very forward thinking, right? They have done a lot of different things that have moved and pushed people in different ways because they're like, we're going to go do this. We're going to make this work. And they do. And I mean, I believe Whole Foods because they were taken over by Amazon and they're trying to make food costs a little easier. And Whole Foods is more of organic, locally sourced, non-GMO. That, I mean, like those kind of foods, it's kind of being used as a platform for Amazon to get into the grocery space, which is a very lucrative business, I think. So Amazon, I think you can, in some places where you have the Whole Foods, you can order some of your groceries.
Yeah. It's Amazon Fresh, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
We're not in that market yet.
Nope. And depends on, I think.
But I know a lot of people in this market who would be up for that.
Yeah. Because there's a convenience to it. And you see other places having started to do that, like Walmart and Smith's kind of have started doing something where you can buy your groceries online and then go pick them up.
Right. Which is great.
Kind of similar ideas. So everybody's kind of getting on this trend of kind of getting food, not fast food, but getting your groceries, your food quickly so you can spend less time at the grocery store.
Yeah, we already do that with Winder Farms right now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a local company. It's a local dairy company. They've extended their name from Winder Dairy to Winder Farms. And it's kind of a limited grocery delivery, but they still have they've got meats and produce and things like that. And it's a little bit pricier because you're getting it delivered to your door. We get it every Tuesday. But the convenience factor cannot be beat. It's awesome.
It is really nice. Because then I think, it is a little bit more expensive, I would say, because of either like the delivery fee and or the somebody quote unquote shopping for you and then getting it ready so that you can pick it up. But I will tell you this right now. When we were using, consistently using ClickList, and we don't so much anymore because of the fact we love shopping like in Smith's. I know, like growing grocery
It's your
shopping
store.
is what we love to do. So I know that sounds dumb, but when we were going and buying our stuff, just clicking online and stuff like that, I was more prone to not impulse buy because I'm an impulse buyer.
Yes, I've had a couple other friends tell that to me too, that they are able to stay on budget better.
Yeah. So I totally get that. I can see this trend kind of getting more popular where people are getting their food quicker to their home so they can make home cooked meals.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. So that's one thing I'm excited about. Okay. What about you?
So I'm kind of excited for it. I'm kind of wary of it, but it's a food trend that I've spotted is a lot of menu revamping.
Oh, like full on
Menu revamping and sometimes just limited. But for instance, Starbucks, they have a new for 2017. It's like a New Year's drink list.
Oh.
And it's like a black and white, I don't know, I think they called it black and white mocha line or something like that. So they've got a coffee, a hot cocoa, and a frappuccino.
Ooh.
And the base is a white chocolate mocha and a dark chocolate mocha sauce mixed together.
Oh.
And so they put coffee on that, whipped cream, and what they call chocolate sequins and a stripe on the top. So it's kind of dressy for New Year's.
Yeah.
It's a limited edition, but they're doing that for, like I said, coffee drinks, frappuccinos, so the cold ice drinks, and hot chocolate.
So, I've seen some menu revamping before, and some has gone well, and others people kind of get up in arms because they took away some of their classic stuff.
Yeah. So one thing in Salt Lake City I've noticed, just where we live in particular, people love going out to eat. I think that Utah has a really great up and coming food scene that rivals bigger cities for sure.
We're definitely getting there. It's taken us a minute.
It has. It's taken a hot minute, but we've got a food scene that rivals other cities for sure.
Which is fun.
That are bigger, and that's great. But something that I see in my particular locale is that chain restaurants are heavily patronized.
Yes, they are.
Heavily patronized. And I have my own thoughts on that. and I've gone to them. I go to them. I try not to be like too regular on that because I think that there's just other things that are better. Yeah. But something that I've seen lately is that Red Lobster is revamping their menu.
Really?
Chili's has done so, and I think they're doing it again.
Olive Garden had to, because Olive Garden was in a bad place a couple years ago.
Yes, and they are adding new stuff constantly, but there's been a few things that they've removed that I've heard people complain about. But it seems like they're trying to be a little bit more trendy in what their offerings are, like tasting plates. Kind of like a tapa type offering, and a little bit more creative. Like, for instance, Red Lobster is doing like Yucatan shrimp and loaded fries and things like that. So more like kind of like a poutine type thing. Dragon shrimp, which is kind of like a throwback to some of the American Chinese cuisine. But I've also seen lobster rolls on their menu.
Really?
Yes, and that is something that I've seen that's trending here in Utah.
It is.
Which is funny because we are a landlocked state.
We are.
But I have seen several new restaurants pop up with lobster roll offerings.
Yes.
I can think of 3 off the top of my head between Salt Lake City and Park City, Utah.
Actually, I want to point out that Freshy's lobster rolls won the best lobster roll in the entire nation.
Yeah. And they're in Park City.
You guys.
But there's another restaurant in Park City that started offering lobster rolls.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. And so it's cracking me up. And there's one in Sandy, Utah, and one in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And so it's funny. Just making me laugh because we are landlocked. And so I don't know I think it's maybe because Freshies got an award for it, or maybe people are just now in 2017 realizing
how good lobster rolls are.
Yes. Yeah. They're just now coming to the realization of
that's hilarious.
Lobster rolls are a thing and they're really good.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Who knew?
Revamping menus and bringing in a lobster roll to a landlocked
You know
state.
what? We're okay with that because that means we just get better food. That's all I'm going to say.
It's true.
Okay. I'm also very excited. Well, it doesn't sound that great. I'm going to just be completely honest, but it's pretty cool technology. It's something called heme, and it's spelled HEME. So like if you've ever heard of the word like hemoglobin.
Like blood. We're talking heme.
Yes.
Like blood.
It comes from the Greek word blood.
Oh my gosh.
And it's basically, there's a startup company, a tech food startup company called Impossible Foods, and they are trying to create a plant-based burger that kind of has the bloodiness of meat when it's cooked rare or medium rare. You know, you still have a little bit of the blood or those juices.
It's juice. It's not blood, guys. It is not blood.
Yeah. No, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
They're trying to...
But let's be clear, like if you have a burger that is a little on the medium rare, medium side, and it's a little pink inside and there's some juice to it, that is not blood.
Yeah, it's clear. It's usually just the juices because they're usually clear.
It's not blood.
But they're trying to kind of get that same...
Are they calling it a heme burger?
I don't know what they're actually going to be calling it, but Impossible Burger, like I said, they are trying to get their meat quality, quote unquote, their meat quality of these plant-based burgers to have that same look and feel of what a regular burger tastes like. Because I mean, we talked about environmentally sustainable food sources and such, especially meat. Meat causes like raising cattle, shipping cattle.
There's quite an environmental footprint.
Yes,
for all meat.
Yes. Meat and dairy for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trying to find all these other options to give people not something that is meat like, but is probably going to be a little bit more sustainable. So I just thought it is a little, when you think about it, you're like, what is that then? What are we like? But like in order for us to feel comfortable eating these other alternative things, sometimes you need it to look and taste and feel like
that's how you're gonna jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, exactly. It's gotta be pretty much like what you
are used to.
So okay, so that's what I'm sort of excited about that. It just is a little weirdy for me because I love a good burger. But I think it's cool that there are companies out there trying to tackle this.
Nice. Millennial food influences.
Oh,
so there's
that's funny.
There's a lot of information out there that'll talk about millennial food trends.
Yes,
for the generation of millennials, and how they're influencing everything from craft beer to grocery store layouts.
Right.
Some of the millennial influences that I'm thinking of is more at-home eating. They don't typically, according to a lot of research, different studies and things like that, they don't like to spend as much money on food, but they like to have really good food. So I think we're going to see more people doing DIY things at home. Anything from like preserving and canning to just making your dinner party spread from scratch at home.
Nice.
So I think we'll see a lot of that. More elaborate baking at home. You know, there's recently the mall that's really close to our house. They've had several home stores move in there and a kitchen store, Sur La Table. And I know that that's been at the malls before, but that it's coming to our little kind of podunk mid-sized city, as it were. We're not really podunk, but it's kind of interesting, and the way that they are laying out the store that I've seen is really interesting as well, just because they're making it more accessible to a wider audience.
Interesting.
And it's not just for those who are well-to-do. as it feels like it has been before.
It definitely, like Sur La Table is not one where you walk in and feel like you need to have a Louis Vuitton purse on your
Well,
arm.
and I've seen that with like Williams-Sonoma as well. They're trying to be more accessible to a wider audience.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think that's great.
I think it is, because those stores are actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They have great resources and
cooking classes, local experts.
Yeah,
there.
they can, like, we chatted with some excellent people about knives at our Sur La Table just recently. And, unfortunately, that can be kind of intimidating to maybe a younger crowd when you don't feel at home, like you feel out of place when you walk into a store that nice.
It's just interesting, like the location in the mall, especially in my particular mall. It's right across the way from Urban Outfitters and from a couple of like nerdy geek stores.
Kind of a younger crowd.
So there's a younger crowd in that little tail of the mall.
Interesting.
Right down the hall from, just a couple stores away from like Forever 21, things like that. And so I think they're trying to market to a younger crowd. And I think that that's very purposeful.
That's cool. I think it's good, because the more people that can get into cooking, I think it's fun. I think it's good. So
yeah. So I think that we'll see more of that, more kind of DIY at home. We did this.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's those designer cupcakes, I don't know.
Okay. The last thing I'm pretty excited about is something called poke.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you don't know what that is, it's spelled Poke. It looks like poke, but there's a little emphasis sign on the E. So poke. It's Hawaiian. It's basically, people like to talk about it as like, it's Hawaiian, like it's a chunk salad. Like you think of the word poke means chunk in Hawaiian.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm. And so it's usually, in the past anyway, poke, the ones that I've eaten are usually pieces of meat or seafood that are cut up into small chunks and then marinated in usually soy sauce and sesame oil and that type of thing, and then tossed in together with some other things. And it can be a lot of different things that you can put in there. And it ends up being a salad. So sometimes I've seen avocado in there. I've seen octopus. I've seen like kimchi or wasabi garnishing it. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of really cool stuff. So it's very Asian influenced. And
is it always fish, the poke?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be raw either. Like a lot of people, because the ones that are usually presented in pictures and stuff.
Raw kind of sushi, raw like tuna.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you think I like to think of it as a sushi, but not with all the fancy presentation. Like, sushi's all wrapped and beautiful. And this one's just in a bowl. Like all the stuff is kind of in the bowl. And I'm excited for that, just because that's something I feel like that is all of the ingredients that are generally in a poke bowl are very healthy and fresh and very tasty too. So you can have something quick and very tasty to go very quickly. And you could probably make it up pretty well in advance. Well, maybe not the fish. I would maybe hold off on the fish for a second and then just get going with it. So,
but I feel like those could all be kind of cobbled together pretty quickly.
Yeah, just basically whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you happen to have some seaweed stuff in your like
some
dried
nori.
seaweed, yeah, exactly. Then you can just chuck it in there. A little rice, tomatoes, some lapchung. Lapchung, if you're not familiar with that is some Chinese sausage. I mean, you can put anything in it. It's just a quick way of getting some really good nutrients that are very colorful in a quick little bowl. So I'm excited for that.
My last one that I have is food styling.
Food styling.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that a lot more in 2018.
Really?
Because I think people are DIYing more of their own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, of course,
Instagramming
it. Yes. And I don't think that is going to go away in 2018.
Oh, no, I don't think so either.
Not with our current political climate, especially in the US, but all over the world. So a lot of my feeds are a lot of activism and a lot of food.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm a food person, and I'm very passionate about certain things. And so, of course, that's the lens that I'm seeing it through. But it seems like I'm not alone here, and kind of food is people's break, I guess.
It
kind
is
of like a break out of the monotony of,
or even the heaviness of all the
the heaviness of what's going on in the world and things like that. And so it feels like Food is a lot of people's go-to break, as it were, for that type of thing. So I think that we're going to be seeing a lot more food styling. People trying to make their pictures prettier, people trying to get good lighting and arrange the food in a certain way. Mm-hmm. So if you don't really know what food styling is, check out a couple of great blogs, some Instagram accounts. There's, I think it's Karen Pfeffer. Oh, I can't remember her last name. She does great work with pies. Martha Stewart's featured her several times and liked her photos on Instagram. And she's got a lot of really pretty things.
So we have also a common friend. Her name is Joanna Mayer, and she also is a food stylist, and she has a website called Baked by Joanna, and she does that for a living, and she has really lovely food styling.
So if you want to check out great food styling, you can check out Baked by Joanna. Mm-hmm. She's on Instagram and Facebook. You can check out Karen Pfeff Boschek. She does really great things with pies. Martha Stewart has liked her things.
Yes. Just you guys, you don't even understand. These pies are gorgeous.
It's stuff you've never even seen before with a pie.
Stuff you're like, wow, that took a lot of
time.
And I think of, in Ratatouille when he makes the final dish that he makes and plates everything just beautifully. It's basically those kind of pies are just beautiful.
Yeah. And it's not just people taking a shot of what came out on their plate in a restaurant. It's people being slow and purposeful about taking their food pictures. And I think that we will see more of that.
And that will be nice because sometimes it's nice to look at pretty pictures.
It is.
When things are kind of bleak
everywhere gives you else. Inspiration and it brightens your day, or at least it does for me.
Yeah, it totally does for me.
So I think that we'll see more of that in 2018.
Well, that'd be good. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so Sharon, we didn't talk about this ahead of time, but I want to see if you have any food goals for 2018 yourself. I'm a goal person.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I make goals. I try and set them and try and make them. So do you have any food goals for yourself for 2018? I'm just curious.
So it's funny that you should ask that, but something that I've been thinking about recently is eating more fish.
Oh.
Which totally sounds like a random thing to do.
Poke.
Yeah, poke. But the boys really like fish.
They do.
Christian loves all seafood. Noah does not. But Noah really does like fish, and fish is a quick meal to prepare. Mm-hmm. You can get that on the table in 30 minutes. No problem. So that's one of my goals, is that we haven't really eaten a lot of fish. Our go-tos are chicken for quick proteins. So I would like to incorporate more fish in our diet for the omega-3s and just being a little bit more healthy in 2018.
Nice.
One of my goals for 2017 was to cook at home more often.
And did you do it?
Yeah, we did.
Good.
We've had a lot of bouts where, we went out to eat a lot this week. But overall, for the whole year,
you did a good job.
We've done a great job at that.
Yay.
And we've cooked at home more, especially during the week. And I think that's been really important. So I'd like to incorporate more fish and possibly a food budget. We already have a food budget. It's just the money that you spend. But I'd like to get a little bit more on track with our food budget.
Yeah. It is so easy to, we blow through our food budget. It's not even funny. It's out of control.
What are your food goals in 2018?
We also had a similar goal to cook a lot more this last year. And we did. I think we ate out a lot less because eating out really is convenient. I understand why people do it, but we did cook a lot more. And I should put a little asterisk because I didn't cook more. Lee cooked more. And
you ate at home more.
We ate at home more, so that was good. But this next year, I actually do want to cook at home more because I love cooking as well, and I'm pretty good at it if I have the practice. Because it really does take cooking is. People say, "Oh, you're a good cook," but it requires some practice, and that means getting in there kind of on a regular basis. And so that's kind of one of my goals is to myself and I doing more cooking for the family.
Nice.
The other thing is, I think that would be really fun is to use. So every year we do the January cure. So hey, everybody, if you're listening to this is coming out, I think either January 1st or January 2nd. And we do something called the January cure through apartment therapy. At least I do. Our family does. And Sharon has, I think, once before.
Yeah.
But every single day you have something that you have to do. And it's not big, but it feels like, I checked something off my list.
You check a chore off your list. You declutter, you deep clean, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So every year, I think every year there's the thing that you have to go through your kitchen stuff. And basically get rid of things that you don't use and you can't justify having anymore. And so this last year, I don't know if you remember this, but we acquired a lot of appliances.
Yeah, I think that happened.
Yeah, it did.
I was there for part of that.
Yeah, and we're not really appliance-y, gadgety people, but...
You weren't previously appliance-y, gadgety people.
But we are now. We have some things that we use on a regular basis. So the Instant Pot, our sous vide by Hamilton Beach, just all of these kind of things that our food processor obviously is we go to that all the time. We have a blender, a Blendtec blender, which is really awesome. So we just have all these gadgets and appliances, and my goal is to make sure that we use all of them. Like if I'm going to keep them in my kitchen, I need to use them. So that's kind of part of my cooking, is that if I'm going to use them, I'm going to use the tools. Yeah, I'm going to use those tools to make it easier and faster and more delicious. That's kind of another random goal that I have for food stuffs. And then I don't think we have any plans on stopping this food podcast. So
yeah, we're going to keep it going.
We're going to keep it going, and we may change some things up at the new year. So more to come. But yeah, we're planning on sticking around. I'm hoping to keep podcasting about food because we love it.
Yeah,
that's fun anyway. I'm actually curious to know what food trends you want to see die, what food trends you're excited for 2018, and what your food goals for 2018 are. Because I think it's fun to look forward and say, I can make a food goal of having more fish in my diet this year, or I can make a point to use my Instant Pot more.
Yeah. So if you've got something, share it with us so we can share it with the rest of the community.
Yeah.
And email us at hungrysquared@gmail.com.
Woo.
Let's have a food fight.
Food fight, food fight, food fight, food fight.
This is the segment of our show where you can email us with your relationship questions relating to food. You can email us at hungrysquared@gmail.com.
Disclaimer, we are in no way professional relationship experts, but you should totally listen to us anyway. If you need professional help, please seek it out.
Food fight, food fight, food fight. The food fight segment of the show. Here we go.
Winter, do you have this week's question?
I do, and it will be very quick, I think. It says, Dear Hungry Squared ladies, I consider myself a forward thinker and love to try new foods. I tried golden milk for the first time last week because my friend, who loves it and swears by it, bought one for me. It was gross. I didn't like it, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings, so I lied, kinda, and said I love the smell and the warmth from the pepper, which I do, but she now thinks that I love it. How do I make them palatable? Or are they just not, and realize I'm deep into a millennial food trend, and I can't help myself out of it.
Oh, dang.
Yours, not the golden child.
Aww.
Okay, Sharon, we've talked about golden milk before, or turmeric tea. Okay,
yeah.
So let's clarify. Golden milk, I think what she's referring to is it's turmeric with...
kind of like the turmeric lattes.
Yeah, and it's usually made with, I think, coconut milk or some sort of plant-based milk.
Like a soy milk or something.
And then it usually has pepper because pepper helps the absorption of turmeric. So we've talked about this before. In fact, I think we talked about it in our food trends thing. And I do think the turmeric tea stuff is very trendy still.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You've had some. What do you do to make it palatable?
So I use a turmeric tea based on Heidi Sponson's recipe. She's blogs at 101 Cookbooks. She's got a great recipe. She makes her own turmeric paste. So she takes
out of
turmeric and honey, and there's a specific ratio she uses, and I use her ratio. And then she mixes that together into a paste, and she keeps it in a mason jar. I do as well. Mine's in the pantry.
Oh.
And I drink it in the wintertime, and I drink it whenever I get sick. And you take about like just a teaspoonful of this paste. You put it just in your cup. And you it'll stick to your spoon.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you leave the spoon in there, pour some hot water over that.
Okay.
juice half of a lemon and crack some fresh black pepper into that. And it's actually really great.
Because it has the honey in it.
Mm-hmm. The honey makes it more palatable, I think, to just kind of sweeten it up, because turmeric is bitter.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a large dose. It can be a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
But it's more earthy and bitter to me.
Yeah.
And so I think if you have something to sweeten it up, it helps it a ton.
I've had golden milk once and I was not super impressed, but that was because I didn't realize that you were supposed to put like honey in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that could be an easy way to add.
It's an easy fix.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you think about it, most of your curries, like Indian curries especially, are coconut milk. Not most of them, but a lot of them can be coconut milk and some spices like a curry powder. And turmeric's usually included in that.
Yeah.
So like if you want to sweeten that up, you'll usually do like a little bit of sugar or a little bit of honey is usually included in those curry recipes, like some of those Thai curries and things like that. And so it makes that sauce just absolutely yummy.
Yeah.
So I think if you just sweeten it up a tad, that's all you need to make it palatable.
You can also just say that you don't like them.
Totally. Yeah. You don't have to like everything that everyone else likes.
Yeah. You don't, it's fine not to be on top of that trend
You
if you don't want to. Yeah. Just enjoy. If you love a good latte, something or another, great. Do that. I mean,
get an herbal tea latte.
Yeah. Oh, those are good.
Those are so tasty. If you're in your local coffee shop, and especially if you're not a coffee drinker or if you're more of a decaf person, go for an herbal tea latte. You won't be sorry.
They are so,
and most of your baristas are going to know what that is.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. Yeah. I don't think you can find golden milk like in a lot of places, but it sounds like you're in a place that you can find it. So
yeah,
because apparently your friend is drinking it a lot. So
yeah, you'll usually find it at like trendier coffee shops.
I say that if you do like turmeric, I prefer getting it in the form of Indian food. So you don't have to embrace this particular trend. You can go do something else.
Yeah. Go get some Indian food.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Thanks for joining us today for our show. You can find us at hungrysquared.com, on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play Music.
Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us this year. It has been super fun to hang out with you in 2017 and to start out 2018 with you. We are excited for this new year, and we are actually quite open to any new ideas that you guys may have that you guys would like us to cover in 2018. So send us a quick email at hungrysquared@gmail.com, and we will see what we can do. We're excited for 2018.
Woohoo! Thanks for joining us all year.
I know, it's been fun. So join us next week for our next episode of Food Nerdery.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hungry Squared, yeah, Hungry Squared.